This month I wanted to show you how I made this card. I'm specifically going to be showing you how I did this background technique here, which is called the Saran wrap technique. And I'm also going to show you how I colored in the turtles. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is you want to take a piece of glossy white cardstock. This piece is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a piece of newspaper or get a box. And what we're going to do is we're going to spray down the cardstock with some color washes. And I'm using the Adirondack ones. I'm going to be using Stream and Lettuce, but you can also use different mediums to do this as well. You could actually make your own color wash sprays by using reinker and adding some water to them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to randomly spray the Stream, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the lettuce, and just different splotchy parts is fine. And then if it's splotchy, that's fine. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to take some Saran wrap, any kind's fine, but I'm using the Glad. I like that. And go ahead and put that piece of Saran wrap right over where you sprayed the color wash sprays. And what you're going to do is you're just going to work around your color wash sprays. Just kind of mushing them all together until you have blended them. And you've made, and basically what's happening here is that the Saran wrap is buckling up and it's making these little crevices, which is actually what is creating the pattern. So hopefully you can see what's happened there, and you can just work that out. Hopefully you guys can see that, just like that. Let me come closer just a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. So there you have it. Make sure that also, I wanted to tell you, make sure you use glossy cardstock when you do this technique. It's the only thing I found that really makes it work. Regular cardstock just doesn't work with. So let me go back again. Now I'm going to move this out of the way and let it dry. And when it dries, you can see when it's dried, and you'll just go ahead and then you'll just pull off the Saran wrap, just like that. And there you have your pattern. It's a really easy technique to do, and I think it gives you fantastic results. So there's that technique. Now the next thing I wanted to show you was how I stamped the turtles. So what I did is I took a stamp, and actually I'm using hot press watercolor paper, and this stamp is a turtle stamp, and it's from Firecracker Designs by Pamela. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dye-based ink. I'm using the Adirondack, and I'm using the same colors. This is the Stream. I'm just going to go ahead and ink the turtle up. Go ahead and stamp him. And then I want to do the same thing with the lettuce. I'm going to stamp it off here a couple times. And ink up with the lettuce. And then I'm going to put another turtle right there, just like that. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to take a water brush. You can use, regular paintbrush and water too is fine. And I'm going to get it wet. And because these are dye-based ink, they're water-based, so as soon as we touch where we stamped it, or the stamped image, it's going to activate the ink. So basically, we have created our own watercolor paint. So let me go down a little bit more so you guys can see better. And just keep touching where you've stamped, and you can blend it as much as you want. You can leave more white space if you want. It's really all up to you, but it's really a really easy and quick way to watercolor, and you're going to get really great results again by doing this. Really great. So let me just go over these a little bit here. And I'm going to go ahead and do this, pull off the ink from my water brush and go ahead and try doing it with this image as well. And once again, it's kind of like magic. It's pretty cool. You just touch where you stamped, and it activates the ink, and you've basically made your own watercoloring, or your own watercolor paint. Just like that. So here you have one all filled in, and here you have one that you've just, activated the lines, just kind of done an outline. Go down just a little bit more so you can see that one a little bit better. And you can always come back in once it dries and go back over it again and add a little bit more color variation. But that's all there is to it. Again, a really easy technique that adds a lot of pop to your cards. So let's go back to the finished card again. Let me back it up a little bit more. And I'll just explain how I finished this off. Basically what I did is I took the Saran wrap piece and I matted it on a piece of ripe avocado cardstock, which is from Paper Tray Ink. And I took the main turtle image and I matted that on a piece of Tempting Turquoise cardstock from Stampin' Up! And did another mat of the ripe avocado. And my mat in the back is a piece of Tempting Turquoise. And finished it off with the ripe avocado, and the final card size is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Added my main image of the turtles with 2 silver breads. Finish that off. So anyways, that's it. I will have the dimensions and supplies at the end of the video. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. If you give it a try, I would love to see what you do with it. So I'd love it if you sent me, you know, an email or a link. And once again, thanks for joining me, and I hope you will come back and join me again for another technique next month.